Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to learn Bell-Coleman cycle of refrigeration. Now in gas turbine cycles we have seen Brayton cycle or also called Joule cycle, and Brayton cycle or Joule cycle is used to produce power. But in case of Bell-Coleman cycle, it functions on a reverse Brayton cycle or reverse Joule cycle. Right? We can say it functions on reverse Brayton cycle. Reverse Brayton cycle is also called reverse Joule cycle. Reverse Joule cycle. Now, in case of gas turbine, the cycle was clockwise, but here the same cycle is drawn in anti-clockwise direction, which is called reverse Brayton cycle or reverse Joule cycle. Now here there are, it is all the processes are flow processes, all are flow processes, we can say. Now here the process number 1 to 2 is compression. Here there will be a compressor. Let us say this is a compressor. Now the purpose of compressor is to compress low pressure gas or low pressure side to high pressure side. The purpose of compressor is to compress, that is 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression, to compress low pressure side to the high pressure side. Now here therefore we can say the process number 1 is 1 to 2, which is nothing but a compressor, or in compressor it is reversible adiabatic compression, or also called isentropic compression. Now after compressor there will be a condenser. Once the compression is done, the temperature will increase. Now will be a condenser. Here there will be a condenser. A condenser is a constant pressure process, right? And condenser is a heat removing device at constant pressure. Condenser will reject heat at constant pressure, therefore this higher pressure will remain constant. Now here condenser is connected to high pressure side, and process number 2 to 3 is condenser. Now condenser means constant pressure heat rejection, constant pressure heat rejection in condenser. After heat rejection, now it is connected to expander, which is nothing but reversible adiabatic expansion process. Expander, which is nothing but reversible adiabatic expansion from 3 to 4. Therefore third process is 3 to 4, which is expander. In expander the gas will expand, that is reversible adiabatically expansion, or isentropic expansion in expander. After that, after expansion, there will be a heat supply or heat absorption in evaporator. That is 4 to 1 is evaporator. That is 4 to 1. Fourth process is 4 to 1, which is nothing but evaporator. And evaporator is nothing but constant pressure heat absorption or heat supply to the refrigerator. Constant pressure heat absorption, also called heat supply, to the refrigerator, right? Now my dear students, here this compressor is connected between low pressure side and high pressure side. Means compressor will convert a gas from low pressure to high pressure, and expander connects high pressure side with low pressure side. That is, in expansion the pressure decreases from high pressure to low pressure, and here the condenser is at higher pressure side and evaporator is at lower pressure side, which is constant. Lower pressure is constant for evaporator. So for these various flow processes, let us draw PV and TS diagram for a Bell-Coleman cycle. Now we know the processes. The processes, various processes are on PV and TS diagram. Let us draw PV, pressure versus volume diagram, and second is temperature versus entropy diagram. Now the cycle will be anti-clockwise, and here process 1 to 2 is compression, that is reversible adiabatic compression. Therefore the process is like this: reversible adiabatic compression 1 to 2, PV raised to gamma is equal to constant, and compression means volume decreases. And reversible adiabatic compression always gives heating effect, that is reversible adiabatic means at constant entropy temperature increases. Therefore 1 to 2, on TS diagram will be like this: 1 to 2 isentropic compression, that is temperature increases, right? After that 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat rejection. Therefore, at constant pressure, heat is rejected. Therefore, volume decreases. Now, 2 to 3. This is a constant pressure heat rejection. Higher pressure, that is condenser pressure. This P2 and P3 is a condenser pressure, which is constant pressure heat rejection process. Therefore, on TS diagram, the constant pressure process are like this positive slope, means whenever temperature decreases, then entropy also decreases for constant pressure process. Therefore, this is a constant pressure heat rejection. Condenser pressure is constant, 2 to 3. Now, from 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion. Therefore, volume increases reversible adiabatically. Therefore, 3 to 4 reversible adiabatic expansion. Now, again, reversible adiabatic expansion gives cooling effect, that is temperature drops. Therefore, 3 to 4 temperature decreases at constant entropy. Here there will be 4. Now, 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat absorption in evaporator. Therefore, 4 to 1 there will be a constant pressure, which is evaporator pressure or lower pressure. And here 4 to 1 constant pressure lines are like this on TS diagram. Now the various processes are: process number 1, that is 1 to 2, is reversible adiabatic compression in compressor. Therefore, for this process, heat of 1 to 2 is 0, that is reversible adiabatic process. Entropy is constant, and the relation is T2 divided by T1 is equal to P2 divided by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to V1 divided by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. Now, my dear students, this P2 divided by P1, P2 is maximum pressure, P1 is minimum pressure in the cycle. Therefore, P2 divided by P1 is called pressure ratio, RP. Therefore, we can write this T2 divided by T1 is equal to RP, pressure ratio raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, is equal to. Now, this V1 divided by V2, V1 divided by V2 is a ratio of volume for compression process, which is called compression ratio, RK, compression ratio RK raised to gamma minus 1. This is the relation. Now, let us say this is the relation number 1. Now, second process, which is nothing but process 2 to 3, is constant pressure heat rejection, means at constant pressure heat is rejected from the condenser. Therefore, heat of condenser, which is also called heat rejected, as it is constant pressure process. Therefore, there will be mCp T2 minus T3. Here, as this process is constant pressure process, therefore we have to use Cp, that is specific heat at constant pressure, and temperature difference, that is maximum temperature minus minimum temperature, T2 minus T3. Therefore, mCp T2 minus T3 is a heat rejected from the condenser. Here, so here I am writing heat rejected from the condenser. Heat rejected is equal to mCp T2 minus T3, right? Later to find COP, this is required. Now, next process, third process is process 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion, that is isentropic expansion. Therefore, for this process, reversible adiabatic means Q 3 to 4. Adiabatic means heat 0. Reversible adiabatic means entropy constant. Again, the equation will be T3 divided by T4 is equal to P3 divided by P4 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to V4 divided by V3 raised to gamma minus 1. Now, my dear students, again we can write T3 divided by T4 is equal to, now this P3 is nothing but P2, which is nothing but maximum pressure, and P4 is equal to P1, which is nothing but minimum pressure. Therefore, maximum pressure divided by minimum pressure is called pressure ratio, which is nothing but pressure ratio RP raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma is equal to, now this V4 divided by V3, is a volume ratio for expansion process, which is called expansion ratio, RE raised to gamma minus 1, expansion ratio raised to gamma minus 1. This is your another expression, that is equation number 2. Let us say equation number 2. Now, next process, that is fourth process, is process 4 to 1. Process 4 to 1 is constant pressure heat absorption or heat supplied to the refrigerator, heat also called heat absorption. Therefore, and this is done in evaporator. Therefore, here heat of evaporator is also called heat supply to the cycle, which is nothing but a net refrigerating effect. Therefore, here onward, remember, heat of evaporator is net refrigerating effect, that is heat supplied to the refrigeration cycle is net refrigerating effect, which is nothing but mCp. As it is constant pressure process, we have to use Cp, mCp. Temperature difference for the process is T1 minus T4 for this process 4 to 1, mCp T1 minus T4. Therefore, we can say heat of evaporator, which is nothing but heat supplied, which is nothing but net refrigerating effect, is equal to mCp T1 minus T4. Now, these values are required to find COP. Now, let us find COP of the cycle. right? For this Bell-Coleman cycle, let us find COP. Now my dear students, already in previous lecture, that is Carnot cycle or reverse Carnot cycle refrigeration, we have seen the COP of any cycle is nothing but performance of work, that is output divided by input. COP is a performance of work and efficiency is a performance of heat. Therefore, COP is equal to output divided by input, and here output is net refrigerating effect and input is W net. W net. Right. Now, my dear students, here this net work is nothing but heat of condenser minus heat of evaporator. That already we have seen in previous lecture. That is W net is equal to heat rejected minus heat supplied. That we have seen in previous lecture also. The same result here I am using. Therefore, net refrigerating effect is heat supplied divided by here heat rejected minus heat supplied. So again, this COP of cycle, we can say heat supplied is nothing but heat of evaporator, which is nothing but MCP T1 minus T4 divided by heat rejected is MCP T2 minus T3 minus heat supplied is MCP T1 minus T4. So here MCP will get cancelled. Therefore, COP of refrigerator becomes T1 minus T4 divided by T2 minus T3 minus T1 minus T4. So again, if I simplify this, let us divide numerator and denominator with the help of T1 minus T4. Therefore, COP becomes 1 divided by 1 minus, sorry, 1 divided by, if I divide by T1 minus T4, it will become 1 divided by T2 minus T3 whole divided by T1 minus T4 minus 1. This is the COP of refrigeration cycle for Bell-Coleman cycle. Now, my dear students, in this cycle, the expansion and contraction processes are reversible adiabatic process. That is, process 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic compression. Process 3 to 4 is reversible adiabatic expansion. Now, if these expansion and compression processes are polytropic processes, polytropic means PV raised to En is equal to constant. Now, for polytropic expansion and compression process, the COP of refrigerator is equal to, this becomes, in terms of T1 and T2, T1 divided by N minus 1 into gamma minus 1 divided by gamma into T2 minus T1. This will be your relation for COP of refrigerator. And in terms of T4 and T3, that is for expansion processes, it is T4 divided by N minus 1 into gamma minus 1 divided by gamma into T3 minus T4. This is a general expression to find COP of Bell-Coleman cycle if expansion and contraction processes are polytropic processes, where N is polytropic index, N is polytropic index, and gamma is adiabatic index, gamma is adiabatic index. And my dear students, as in GATE examination, till now they have not asked the question to find COP of Bell-Coleman cycle for adiabatic compression and expansion. So I am not taking here derivation of this equation, and also this derivation is not that much important or not important for the competitive exams, right? Now this is a general expression to find COP of Bell-Coleman cycle if expansion and contraction are polytropic processes. Now this system of refrigeration is used in aircraft engine. This Bell-Coleman cycle is used in aircraft engine for the refrigeration purpose. And my dear students, generally the COP is very less for Bell-Coleman cycle. The COP is very less, which is around 1 or less than 1. COP of Bell-Coleman cycle is always less than or equal to 1, around 1 or less than 1 also. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture we will start vapor compression refrigeration cycle.